Attention! Attention! May I have everyone's attention? It's almost time. So while you're waiting, get a piece of paper out, something to write with. I don't care if it's a pencil, pen, marker, lipstick. I don't care what it is. Then get your movie ready to where all you have to do is press play and get any snacks and drinks you want while waiting, because we're gonna have a blast once we start. Enjoy.
Why, hello there, everybody. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Happy Saturday, everybody. Wait, it is Saturday, right? Yeah, it's Saturday. Okay, all right. Just making sure there. All right, so really quick, I started the stream a little bit early. We're going to, be able to start this in just a few minutes here. But I just kind of wanted to update you on a couple things, just because some of you guys, like to know. I like to be transparent with you guys, let you guys know. So, the first thing, some of you guys were concerned in the last Battlefront 2 stream, at least. I don't think it was Division stream. I think it was the Battlefront 2 stream. Anyways, you guys know about my roommate's dog, right? How I had to put it on the B-Rex back screen to go help him with that. Well, we found out what was wrong with the dog. She not only has one torn ACL, but two, and both of her back legs, they're torn. So I have no clue how she was able to. That means she was like going strong. We didn't even recognize it when she had one torn. It wasn't until the second one where she's like, "Oh, I can't walk." So there has to be two surgeries done. And we have to do it at separate times because she can't just drag her back legs. You know what I mean? So yeah. There's the update with the dog. And then I hurt my back somehow. I don't know how I did it. I honestly don't know how I did it at all. I guess I hurt it on Saturday. I felt it a little bit on Saturday, so maybe I did it beforehand. But I wasn't in like a whole lot of pain until Monday. Tuesday, it was literally unbearable. I could not get up. I could not walk. I was like... I'm telling you, I couldn't even get to the chair to do anything on the computer, whether that was homework, things for the YouTube channel. So I ended up going to urgent care on Wednesday. They gave me some, pain stuff. They gave me some shots, and it's feeling much better. Still in pain, but, still can't do everything that I was doing. So I don't know what I did. they're thinking it's some type of muscular problem. So chances are I probably pulled something, and then it swelled and was pushing against my disc, which hurts. Anything with your discs, if you guys know, it hurts really bad. So, yeah, there's that. So I didn't get out. I was planning on getting out a little bit more content than what I actually gave out last week, but I didn't really get a chance to do that. There's a few things regarding myself. And then I was behind on everything else because I had to take off because I really couldn't move. So I'm just behind on everything. So I just want to, be transparent, let you guys know about, what's going on with the dog and me. But I'm feeling much better now. Just want to let you guys know. I'm feeling much better. I'm able to move around. I'm able to stream. All right, so there we are. But what's going on, Oofers? What's up, Disney95, Subliminal, the actor, Simon Latterson. Hey, nice to have a great Simon member in here. Hope you guys are all having a good weekend. Just walk it away, baby. You need a better gaming chair? Honestly, I do. I'm not going to lie. I definitely do. But I'm not in a position to do that right now, and that is okay. But we have Lego Star Wars The Terrifying Tales to watch today. It's going to be well, I hope it's going to be pretty good. I enjoyed the holiday special. Obviously, this is not canon. It is now October, so we have Halloween at the end of the month. And for those that haven't seen my latest community post, I will be doing the live long-awaited live. I can't even talk. Think Star Wars: The Bad Batch. All right, so we're gonna be going over that. Questions, comments, concerns. I watched at least every episode at the bare minimum of 3 times. I really forced myself to get through those Sid episodes 3 times in a row. Yeah, I have some problems with that, but that's okay. We're going to bring that up during that stream. Although there's some that I've seen like 6 or 7 times already, so I'm really excited. But we'll get to that. I'm going to try and make that tomorrow, but we'll have to see. I'm also trying to get Sam, so that way we can make it more of like, not just me and you guys podcast. I'm going to see if I can get another person into the stream, maybe Sam, because I know she has seen The Bad Batch. So maybe if we can get Sam in tomorrow, and then we could just kind of go from there. So start thinking about those Bad Batch questions, things that don't really make sense to you canon-wise, things you didn't like about it, things you did like, all that good stuff. I have my notes right next to me, but like I said, we'll get in tomorrow's stream. I'm having a lot of trouble thinking right now, so I'm just gonna kick it, and we're gonna watch it. And here we go in 3. So get your timers ready. You guys ready? Ready to press play? Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyone got anything new on the Lego game? Haven't really been following up on it. I'll have a news update very, very soon. I know I've been saying that for like 2 weeks now, but it was supposed to already be out, but things came up. But yeah, there's not much about it. You're not missing anything big. Otherwise, I would have let you guys know in a community post. But there are a tiny little bit of small things that I'll be bringing up in that. So stay tuned. With that said, for real now, 3, 2, 1, go. I almost forgot to mute that. That would have been a very bad copyright issue. Lego Star Wars. Ooh. Nice, interesting. Bath. Oh. Darth Hideous. I love that. Happy Halloween! Many years later. See how fast he moved though? It reminds me of the ability Slug Rush. Watch that be the kid from The Last Jedi at the end of the movie. And when he slammed his tail against the ground, that was tail whack. These are like great replications of the ability I did for my Jabba the Hutt hero concept. Hey, what's going on, Greater J1? Hope you're doing well, man. Oh my goodness. Dude, this is explaining more than The Last Jedi did. I enjoy this. Hey, what's going on, Skylar? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Hello there. Mine's been alright, thanks for asking. This story actually seems pretty cool. Nice, Skylar. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I've played it. I enjoyed it too. Ooh, do we get to see these guys fight? That'd be epic. That was great. I love that. It's probably my favorite part so far. Hey, what's up, Wolf? How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Good? Glad to hear it. No problem, man. Yeah, this just came out yesterday. But yeah, want to finish Visions, let me know how you liked it. What is your favorite character so far, Gray? Probably Palpatine or Maul. I really enjoyed their tale. They're my favorite tale so far. That was great. Oh, I love that. All right, sounds good, Wolf. Enjoy it, man. Now, this little bit isn't really too unrealistic from what we got to see in the movies. I knew that was gonna happen. I was wondering why he didn't go straight for the AT-AT. Seems like Rey knows everything about the Force. And of course you need more pilots. You never know how many more clone Palpatines are out there on their own little exicles, right? Can't forget about all that. Hey, what's up, Steven? How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good Saturday. And that is the movie. Star Wars All-Stars. Han, Chewie, Leia, and more team up for new adventures. I'm okay right now. Thank you. Alrighty. So, I thought that was cool. That was good. I gotta say, my top 2 tales were the one with the lightsaber where Grievous and Maul went against each other. That was my favorite one. And then my second favorite one was the Wookiees Paw one, where we got to see kind of like Luke wish that he was more powerful than Vader. So I thought it was pretty good. If I had to pick which one was better, this one or the holiday special, they both had their moments, to be honest. I don't know. They both had their moments. I don't know. It's a hard one. I'd say they're pretty close, to be honest. I think I might, just for like the entertainment wise, I feel like the Grievous versus Maul kind of put that one a little bit above the holiday special, in my opinion. But I don't know. We also got to see, the 3 Kenobis say hello there all at one time as well. But anyways, I thought it was good. What did you guys think? Solid 3 out of 5 for me. I watched it earlier. Yeah. Holiday special was better in my opinion. Yeah, they both had like their, this was better, but I don't know. I really enjoyed the Maul versus Grievous, to be completely honest. I mean, I've just been wanting to see that in, the Clone Wars show forever, but we never got that, right? But that's okay. I enjoyed getting that in Lego form or whatever. Hey, what's going on, Sage of Six Pass? How's it going? Graham, sad? Well, what are you sad, man? What's going on? Well, I hope your day gets better. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I like the holiday special, but I haven't seen this, so I don't know. You should watch it. It's alright. If you like the holiday special, then I think you're going to like this. I'd say they're pretty close to the same level of goodness, I guess you could say. But yeah, don't be sad, man. Don't let anything get you down. Let's talk about it. Oh, you're sad because you can't stay. Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer here. I was just wanting to see what you guys thought of it, and then I was going to end the stream. We just finished the movie. So no worries, man. Although I'm planning on streaming and talking about the Bad Batch tomorrow. So maybe you can stop by there. But no worries, man. Don't be sad, don't be sad. I always leave the streams up anyway, so if you miss it, you can always go back and watch it. I enjoy Lego Freemaker Adventures, was good too. Is that on here? I haven't seen everything on the Star Wars list over here. Maybe we should just do a watch for like one long watch party for everything we haven't seen here. We started to do that, but I gotta be honest, some were just not there. What was it? We did Caravan of Courage. That's one we did. We did the Ewoks, the Battle for Endor. I thought about doing the Star Wars Vintage Ewoks show, but I found out that was like 2 seasons, and they're just as long as a Clone Wars episode each. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to pass on that. And they're literally as long as like season 7 was of Clone Wars, if not longer. So, yeah, the 13 episodes apiece. So, I don't know if I want to see that. But we also got to see, during the watch party, the story of the Faithful Wookiee. We got to see the Clone Wars 2.0 micro series, right? Did we watch Star Wars Droids? No, we did not, because that was also 2 seasons. Season 2 is 1 episode with 48 minutes. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, this is the vintage one. Because I know there's a Star Wars Droids show coming out. I don't think they announced a date, but they announced that it was coming out. But this is Star Wars vintage Droids, which I guess is supposed to be the same thing. This was just made in 1985 to 1986. Season 2 is 1 episode, 48 minutes long, though. Yeah, it doesn't look that interesting, though. I could be wrong, though. Episode 4, the thumbnail looks like Boba Fett, like the original Boba. Could be wrong, though. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna like that, to be completely honest. Ewoks are good in Jedi, at least. Didn't fit his character in my opinion. What? Oh, was it good? I'll be here tomorrow. I thought it was. I thought it was right. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Great. Have you seen Rebels? I have seen Rebels. I have very mixed opinions about Rebels. I'm not really a huge fan of it. A lot of things I hated about the show, and a lot of things I liked about the show. So it's kind of like, you know, good and bad. It was kind of like a love-hate relationship while watching it, to be honest. And when we do the watch party for that, we will do kind of what we're doing with the Bad Batch tomorrow, or at least I'm planning for it to be tomorrow. I kind of want to do that with everything. You know, I want to talk about it, bring up all the loopholes that it kind of introduces, all the problems like with Canon, or, you know, things like that. Because some things, when your initial thought would be like, oh, well, that doesn't fit well in Canon. But once you actually think about it and be like, well, it actually does if you think about it this way, right? I try to do that the best, but that's one of the reasons why I hate sequels, is because there's a lot of that. That's why I was one of the only people. But this was before, like, people hated the sequels, right? Or at least the vast majority of people. When Star Wars: The Force Awakens came out, I was one of the people that, like, kind of hated it, to be completely honest. It was a very liked film. The sequels were on a good track after Episode 7 came out. And I was like one of the only people who actually disliked the sequels as the start, for a variety of reasons. One of those being, you know, that I kind of foresaw what was kind of happening, but then I was like, it's not completely over. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a big fan of 7, but I knew it could still be redeemed depending on how Episode 8 was, and then I, saw Episode 8, and I was like, oh, well, now it's a goner. I knew it can't be redeemed after just, even Episode 9, but that's for future streams and, discussions and stuff like that anyways. I thought it was good, but Viney's appearance and him being the villain was a bit odd to me. In what? In Terrifying Tales? Gotta go eat. Bye. All right, I'll see you later, Skylar. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Lots of stuff will be out in 22. Yes, 2022 is gonna be great for Star Wars. Regarding shows and that aspect. Gaming, I'm predicting 23, 24. That's my prediction. If not the end of 2023, definitely 2024. That way it gives other companies time to work on it, even though they're working on it now, don't get me wrong, but they might want an extra little bit of time to polish that up, especially since if they start doing that with COVID and everything else, right? Somehow I'm excited for the solo watch party. LOL. Good. You should be excited for all of it. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen my watch party video, but I kind of go over like everything we'll be doing a watch party on. There's even some things I didn't even go over in that video, like let's say Star Wars: The Terrifying Tales, because I didn't know that it would have existed, or the Star Wars Holiday Special, but we're basically going to be watching everything canon. And if you can see in the description, the main watch party plan, obviously it changes a little bit here and there, because obviously we know about the Book of Boba Fett and everything else now, but like we still haven't even finished the Clone Wars, so this is definitely going to be taking... this is for sure going into obviously 2022 and possibly 2023, since there's going to be a lot more Star Wars shows coming out, which is honestly a good thing. I kind of enjoy doing the watch parties and discussing it with you guys afterwards. I want to start doing them with people as well. Maybe I can get Sam in here doing the watch parties, where kind of what we did with Visions. Just kind of give our commentary as we watch it, or be quiet while we watch it, whatever it is, right? And then discuss it afterwards, give what we think, and then all of a sudden, right, we can discuss like basically what we're gonna be doing the Bad Batch thing tomorrow, kind of like that style. But we can also rate them, like let's say Clone Wars seasons, right? We can rank what seasons what we like, kind of like a tier list, almost like what we did for Star Wars Visions, if you guys saw that on the channel. I was thinking about maybe doing that if Sam's able to come. Maybe if she doesn't even come, I might as well do it too. Like a Bad Batch tier list, rating the episodes through season 1. That might be fun as well. But yeah, what was it? what have we done so far? We've done quite a bit. I was already naming some of the ones that I wasn't quite planning to do on the list. But we did episode 1, The Phantom Menace. We did episode 2, the Clone Wars movie. We did both Ewok movies. We watched a couple of the shorts that I don't think I put on there. We watched the Clone Wars 2D micro series. We watched part of, I think we got through season 1 of the Clone Wars. We're on season 2, and then Bad Batch came out, so we did the Bad Batch. Then we did Star Wars Visions, and then we did this, Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. Down today, Lego Star Wars: A Terrifying Tale. So we did quite a bit. There's still a lot more, Not excited for Boba. Sorry, Gray, you're not. Why aren't you excited for that? I think I talked to Sam about that last time I talked to her, and she said she wasn't really that excited for it either. If you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai as well / The Karate Kid. Season 4 trailer came out like a week ago or something. And she was saying that she's more excited for that than she is Boba. I'm like, wow, dang. I think that's also because a lot of people don't understand the gravity between Jango Fett, Boba Fett, the Mandalorians, their history, and all that other jazz. And I've been working on this Boba video for a while now. I was working on it, and then for some reason, I don't know, haven't touched that project in a minute. But that was always supposed to be my next lore video. So I want to actually get a lot of those videos out. That way you guys know a lot more about the history, things you may not have known that you may actually really like and enjoy or love. And even if this stuff isn't mentioned in the, the Boba Fett show, which I have a feeling some things might be mentioned, at least hinted towards, or Easter eggs, because there was even a couple things that was hinted towards in the second season of The Mandalorian. And even if it is in the Book of Boba Fett, chances are you can use some of that information going into The Mandalorian season 3, because there's a lot of good stuff there. So yeah, I want to start when at least lore video wise, I want to start focusing on 2 things this year: the Bad Batch and the Boba Fett, because obviously those are the 2 things that are. Obviously, we just finished the Bad Batch, and we have season 2 that's coming out next year. Then we have the Book of Boba Fett that's coming out on December 29th. So I want to try and have some videos lined up for that, and then obviously doing the Bad Batch ones like I was wanting to do. I did a poll, I forgot when, but a while back, see if you guys wanted me to just do videos off the Bad Batch or streams, and you guys voted for both, because there's a both option, and the majority of you guys said both. So that's what tomorrow's stream is going to be. We're going to be going over all of my notes, basically. I will say this much to kind of give you guys a hint, not to say that I'm like going to be a Debbie Downer on the series or whatever, but most of my notes isn't what I enjoyed, because I already expressed what I loved about the series, what I enjoyed during the watch parties. Basically, I'm just going to say it straight out. The entire series overall was really good. I enjoyed it. I thought the animation was great. I thought the soundtrack was great, right? All this stuff was great. But I feel like tomorrow or whenever the next Bad Batch stream is going to be happening, I'm really be going over the problems I had with the series. Things that don't really work in my mind, and things that I wouldn't really include in my canon. Because that's one thing I go over a lot in Disney Star Wars, because a lot of things don't make sense, because they don't, not to be completely rude, but most of them don't know Star Wars. They just don't. And I'm not even going to say Dave Filoni's perfect, because there's some things that Dave Filoni has made. Don't get me wrong, he's definitely the best person over there by Disney that should be in charge of it. He gets it 98 to 99% of it right, in my opinion. But there are some things that I wouldn't include in my canon, things that he's done ever since Rebels. So, and people always tell me too, like, hey, Filoni also did Clone Wars, so you don't have any problems with that. But I'm like, yes, he did do a lot of Clone Wars, but he still had George Lucas, and there's been tons of clips and behind the scenes that you can go look at where George would give him an idea or some type of realm to create something. He does, and then George will be like, this is great, but there's this wrong with it, this, and this, and I want you to change it. because it fits more with the story. And there's that happens all the time, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's kind of like where I'm at. There are some things I'm like, what was Dave thinking? There are some of those things where I'm like, dude, I can't believe this was made by Dave. What's wrong with you? But most of the stuff, obviously the best stuff, has come from him, such as The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch. And here's the deal. I feel like a lot of our expectations have been dropped since the sequel trilogy, because at least for me, what I consider at least good as of now in the Star Wars trilogy, I don't really hold it to some high esteem, right? As, Count Dooku would say. Like how I would when George Lucas made it, like for the Clone Wars series. That bar is really dropped ever since Disney kind of taken under his wing, and we got Rebels, Force Awakens, sequel trilogy. And I'm mainly looking for, hey, how much of this can it not break of canon? You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, great. It didn't really contradict a whole lot of things. That's great. You know what I mean? Those are kind of like the things I mainly look for. And that's why I absolutely loved The Mandalorian when it first came out, is because I thought it was going to be a not complete disaster. I was excited for it, but I was still a little hesitant on it. You know what I mean? I was like, I really hope they don't really mess with the Mandalorians if they don't know what they're talking about. And they do. And they're actually able to create new stuff without actually ruining things in canon. And I really enjoyed that. I really appreciated that. Then when you go to Rebels, you see certain things and you're like, not sure how that fits the story, but okay. But we'll get into that deeper stuff as we dive into that with the watch party and stuff. What was your favorite Clone Wars season? That, my friend, is in my Clone Wars review. I go for all of that. I tell you why. But yeah, so feel free to check that out. I think it's because there hasn't really been a trailer yet. I guess just a poster, but they did tease at the end of The Mandalorian. Yeah, we got that little teaser at the end where I actually thought it was an actual book at first. I was a little upset. But after, of course, I looked it up and then found out it was a show. But yeah, we just got the release date and the poster so far. The trailer has to be coming out, soon. You know what I mean? It's only a little over 2 months away, so we're almost there. Almost a little less than 3 months away. At least Dave Filoni's directing an episode. Yeah, see, Dave Filoni is... I'm not, trying to be like, Dave Filoni's not the right person. No, he is 100% the right person. There's no doubt in my mind. But I'm not going to say that everything he does is 100% perfect. I'm not even going to say... Here's the thing. I'm not saying perfect in the aspect of, like, everything's perfect. I'm talking, like, story-wise. Because you're going to be like, well, what? You think George Lucas is perfect? Yes and no. Obviously, in the aspect of just filmmaking, no, I don't. I feel like no one is perfect, because I feel like even the best movies in the world can get better in some way, shape, or form. You can always do something better. I feel like no one can achieve that perfect status. Although, when it comes to story-wise, I mean, you got to determine what perfect is, right? And that's the thing with George, is he's the one that created the story, so whatever he says goes. So he can't really be wrong, if you know what I mean. And I guess you could argue that about Disney since they have it now. But here's the deal. When George created a story and set certain things in stone, and then Disney buys it, and they try and, they already said, these things are no longer canon. These things are whatever we make from here on out, unless we say otherwise, is going to be canon. And when that canon crosses over with George Lucas's canon and changes it, that's where I have a problem. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, now that doesn't make sense. You're saying both of these are canon, but you're contradicting. You're contradicting. What do you mean? But anyways, we're gonna get into a lot of those specifics there and what I think about the Bad Batch regarding some of that. And if you guys were there for my watch parties, which some of you guys here probably were there, I definitely brought some of that stuff up, some of the problems I had, and then after watching them a few times over, I'm like, okay, this thing wasn't necessarily so bad. There's some things where I was like, oh, snap, I need to really think about it. There's things I've thought about, some things I've watched over, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that. That's not so bad. I mean, I see why I thought that, but, like, there was one thing with Fennec Shan I was like, I really had a problem with. I was really upset. But then after watching it a couple times, I'm like, I guess I can see it. It's not like so far of a stretch, you know. I could see that. Then I'm like, okay, I'll back off it a little bit, right? But yeah, that's kind of what the Bad Batch stream is gonna be about, without me kind of like rambling on, not giving specifics and stuff. Mandalorian was fun. Yes, I agree. Mandalorian was definitely fun. The Mandalorian was like, kind of like, how can I explain it? Kind of like it gave me more faith in Disney Star Wars, if that makes sense, because I was at the point where I was already kind of skeptical about going into the Mandalorian, and I was excited for it, but I also was like a little worried about it, you know, on the down low in the back of my mind, you know. And I don't really blame anyone that does have that. It doesn't matter what Star Wars movie or show it is. At this point, I always have that. Always. Even with the book of Boba Fett, even the Kenobi show, I can't tell you how easy it is to just mess up the lore in the Kenobi series. They need to be very, 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 very careful in which they do. One little small mess up, and it can mess up everything. They're going into, you know, one of my favorite timelines. Very easy to mess it up. Especially since they're bringing in Kenobi and Vader, which I love. I love that idea, but they got to be careful. And I have that little bit of doubt in my mind, but I'm still excited for it, you know, nonetheless. But yeah, I think I figured it was a show because the way they presented it. Oh yeah, the Boba show, like the little clip at the end of the Mandalorian. See, I probably would have thought that if it didn't say the Book of Boba Fett, because when I watch this stuff, I'm like, it's Disney. And they do not have a great track record with this stuff. I'm just going to say it, you know what I mean? Especially up to that point where, even now, look at how many canon books they've made. And even some of the books contradict some of the things we see. And it's just like, dude, take a chill pill with the books sometimes a little bit. You know what I mean? And I thought they were trying to advertise their... Like, they brought up Boba in the second season, right? And then all of a sudden they're trying to advertise a book through that. That got underneath my skin a little bit, but obviously it's a show. And I mean, come on, if you're gonna name a show about Boba Fett, I don't know about you guys, but I would not name it The Book of Boba Fett. That's gonna get a lot of the casual Star Wars fans confused. You know what I mean? Unless obviously it's brought to their attention that it is a show. But if they just hear the Book of Boba Fett, what do you think they're going to think? Are they going to think it's going to be a book, or do you think they're going to think it's going to be a show? I'm a Star Wars fan, and I thought it was a book. I mean, come on. They're using the choice word book, which is fine. Hey, whatever toots their horn, I guess. But, yeah, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. But anyways, long down the line, when we finish all these watch parties and we get through even the sequels, and I can't wait till we get to the sequels, guys. I cannot wait. I mean, if you guys want to hear me rant, those are going to be the time. Trust me, you guys are going to want to be in those sequel watch parties for sure. And even after that, we're going to be diving. I'm going to make videos about it, and also streams of things I have problems with the sequel. Why I hate The Force Awakens, why I hate The Last Jedi, why I hate Episode 9, why I hate the sequel trilogy in general, why I predicted these things. I love some of the information that's been coming out over the years after Episode 9, and YouTubers are like, no way, I never knew this. I'm like, okay, that's good that you found out about it, but I'm like, I kind of foresaw this, like, right after seeing Episode 7. I remember walking out of the Episode 7 theaters, everyone else was smiling, laughing, having a good time. I was like one of the only people, because I got to see the very first showing. I had a connection, basically, and I actually got to see The Force Awakens a day before it came out, and I was in there with a bunch of Star Wars fans. People were dressed up, right? I'm talking every time. There's pros and cons that go to that too, right? Because when someone walks out like R2-D2, right? You know, BB-8 pulls that sheet from under him. Everyone just goes like, yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, that's great, but I'm like, I don't want to miss anything. It's my first time seeing this. Quiet down, Star Wars fans. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? I remember that. I was like the only one walking out of the theater, and I was just like, hopes too high, hopes too high. Had my hopes way too high for that one. It just didn't click for me. It did not. I had a lot of problems with it. It wasn't completely ruined because I'm like, after thinking about it and making a list of all the things I had with that film, I'm like, you know what? These things can be fixed in episode 8 depending on how they go about it. And then, of course, The Last Jedi comes out and yada, yada. Yeah. It's all history from there. But, yeah. Anyways. When there is a new trilogy, it's aimed at a new generation as long as they like it. Star Wars is in a good state. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, but I just don't know if, obviously, the people that grew up with prequels now love it. It's very praised. It's actually probably praised more than the originals at this point, but I just don't think that's going to happen with the sequel trilogy. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm happy for everybody that does like the sequel trilogy. I really am. That means Star Wars didn't get ruined for you. It's not that Star Wars is really ruined for me. It's just more of like, it's not in my personal canon. I don't include 7, 8, and 9 in my personal canon at all for a variety of reasons. It just, nothing clicks with that. Another thing that I like to do is selective, right? That's kind of what personal canon is. You get to kind of select the things that, goes... That's why I like George Lucas' Star Wars. That was great, with the expanding legends and everything else. But the whole comics and everything else, that was great. Personal canon was just a given, you know what I mean? And there was George Lucas's canon, right? And what his canon was basically personal canon as well, to a certain extent, you know what I mean? And I enjoyed that. And then with Disney coming along, there's still that. I still believe that there is that, but now it's more of like a fact versus opinion, when before it was just like everyone had their own thing and it was just kind of whatever, you know what I mean? That's how it was. There was no like separation like that. Now there's a huge separation in between fact and opinion. See, I gotta say, 7, 8, 9 are canon, but to me, right, in my opinion, they're not, because we'll get into that. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. I try and find people that do like it. I ask them why. I'm like, what do you think about this? They give me their reasoning, and I still to this day, have not been convinced to still fit it in my canon. It just still does not make sense to me, man. But anyways, but I'm all for, talking about it, debating about it, and I'm going to be bringing it. I had Shell on here once with the Mandalorian stuff. I want to bring him on when we do that as well, because we debate about the sequels a lot. I think that 7, 8, it's almost like we're flip-flopped, right? It's not that he loves them, but I think he was now I don't know if defending is the right word, but let's just say he gives The Last Jedi more praise than the other ones, and I say, well, I disagree with that. I mean, I think Last Jedi deserves, at least in my mind, I dislike The Last Jedi more than the other two. We kind of go back and forth with that. I think that 7, 8, and 9 are all great movies, all great films. But when you slap the Star Wars name on it and compare it, to the Star Wars universe and canon, doesn't make sense. See, I think it'd work great if they just said, they're not canon, But that's obviously not going to happen. But anyways, what else? I'm looking through the series that we've done. I think, what we could do in the future, I'm thinking long future, not anytime soon, because I want to get through a lot of the canon stuff first, especially since we're going to be getting a lot of Star Wars shows next year. But, Lego Star Wars All-Stars, Lego Star Wars Droid Tales, right? All this jazz, all these Star Wars little things that I haven't seen, I'm down to do one watch party, kind of doing all that. You know what I mean? There's Lego Star Wars, the new Yoda Chronicles I've never seen, Race for the Holocrons, Clash of the Skywalkers, Escape from the Jedi Temple, Duel of the Skywalkers, right? A lot of them. the Freemaker Adventure Shorts. I've never seen that. Someone in chat said that was really good. We can do that. There's Lego Star Wars The Resistance Rises All-Star Shorts, right? I haven't seen this, but we're going to be watching this before all those because this one's actually canon, and this is Star Wars Forces of Destiny. I have to figure out if I can actually show these. These are shorts. I would love to actually like show them on stream, but I don't know if I get copyrighted for that. Because they're on Disney Plus, but they're also free on YouTube. So I'm wondering if I could just like pull it up off of YouTube from the Disney Channel and then show it. I don't know how that copyright stuff works. It's very weird, and I don't really know a whole lot about it. Because I know you can, at least to my knowledge, that you can, react to like Star Wars fan films. At least I hope so, because I've done one on the channel. I want to do more in the future, but obviously there's a lot of canon stuff now, and I don't know why, but like I've been getting tons and 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 tons of Star Wars fan films recommended to me on YouTube. And they're like all recent. Like I don't even know if did like Disney open a contest or something? Like there's been a lot. So hopefully one day we can actually go through and watch some of those. Because a lot of them are really well done. A lot of them. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking at a lot of these. They're all shorts. Like I don't see any one longer than 5 minutes. But yeah. Anyways, well, sorry, gotta go. I think the stream is messing with my PC, making it freeze a bit. So yeah, bye. All right, I'll see you later. It looks like it's not dropping frames, but I was a little worried about that because I tried going live and an error message was popping up I've never seen before, and they're like, you can't do this because your output settings are wrong. I'm like, I haven't changed any output settings. What do you mean? I've been doing things in Streamlabs, adjusting things, not like settings like that, but secret stuff for 10K. But I didn't change any of that. So when I came back, I was like, what the heck? So all my bitrate stuff was changed. I didn't remember exactly where it was at. So I think I remembered around what it was at. So I kind of went with that. So hopefully the stream is still in good quality. You guys will just have to let me know the next Battlefront 2 stream when there's a lot of action going on. That way it's not like really pixelated or anything. And we'll just kind of go from there. But hopefully nothing else got changed. But it looks like that's going to do it for the stream, guys. Overall, I enjoyed Terrifying Tales. I thought it was, pretty good. Glad it was non-canon, of course, right? But that's going to do it. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, all right? Don't let anyone steal your joy. I will most likely see you guys tomorrow, all right? And remember, may the Force be with you, always.